Hi. I'm here to ask a few questions about the accounts receivable function.
Okay.
How do you go about invoicing customers?
Well, when the accounts receivable clerks receive their copy of the bill of lading, they immediately begin the invoicing process. Once it is prepared, a copy of the invoice is mailed to the customer together with the remittance advice to be returned with payment. An electronic copy of the invoice is used to update the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger and to prepare a journal voucher at the end of each day summarizing all the invoices issued. The journal voucher is sent to the bookkeeper for posting.
How do you get price information?
We use information from our copy of the sales order.
What are your standard billing terms?
We bill at net 30.
What is in place to avoid forgetting to bill someone?
All of our source documents are pre-numbered, and we do a periodic review to make sure that all sales orders and packing slips have an associated invoice.
What happens if there is a return?
Items are processed by the receiving clerks, who give notice to the inventory manager that a return has been accepted. Then the inventory manager completes a credit memo, and then sends it to us for processing.
Sounds good. Now let's move on to cash receipts. How does cash come in?
The individual opening the mail identifies customer payments and then sends both the remittance addresses and the checks to the cashier. The cashier prepares a receipt summary listing all checks received during the day, which is sent to the controller, the bookkeeper, and the accounts receivable clerks. The accounts receivable clerks file their copies chronologically and use the receipt summary to update the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger.
Who posts to the general ledger?
The bookkeeper is responsible for making the entry.
How does the actual cash get deposited?
The cashier endorses the checks, prepares a deposit slip, and then deposits the checks at the bank. After the deposit has been made at the bank, the cashier passes a copy of the deposit slip stamped by the bank to the controller.
Does anyone perform a bank reconciliation?
Yes, the cashier does on a monthly basis.
Do you have a process for identifying unapplied cash?
Yes, the system generates an unapplied cash report, and an accounts receivable clerk is responsible for investigating it.
Finally, do you perform any screening procedures on customers?
Yes. An accounts receivable clerk performs yearly Dun & Bradstreet reviews for all active customers.
Sounds great. That is all the questions I have. Thank you for your time.
It's been a blast.